Hi everyone, you're watching John FX, and in this video, technical analysis for the coming week as usual, and starting with euro dollar. So this week is going to be quite full with different news, also political and economical. And for euro dollar, the main news I will be concentrating on is going to be ECB rate decision. But so that's all going to happen on 8th of June. So 8th of June you need to mark in the calendar, I would say, because also it's going to be important day for pound. And so with euro dollar ECB rate decision, I would expect it might not move the market, but there will be conference afterwards, and I would think that the more movements and the market would be more concentrated on that event instead of on the rate decision. So that's why I would be, of course, watching and waiting for the market reaction first on the rate decision, and then it would be, of course, understandable if it's picked up that news, or will it be more on the conference, concentrating more. So as I'm saying, need to be quite careful with this type of news events, because again, anything can happen and the market can move any directions, and nobody knows where it will go. So let's have a look what happened this week, and what I will be trying to do this coming week. So this is the week we had, and remember from the previous week we had this strong level, where I said I will be placing my pending order to sell, and then exactly what I did. I left it from the previous week, and on Monday it was triggered, and so I got into this small trade. It wasn't very big because the market turned around and went back into this important area. So I was out by my usual trailing stop with the profit, and I didn't place any buy orders on the break in that level. So I didn't want to go for that type of trade, because remember I was talking about the coming news for dollar, and I was waiting for how the market would prepare, and here you see that's what I'm trying to always to point out. So watch the market and see what's happening. So before the news event, you can see we had this little very nice channel. It's 1 hour chart. Remember, I usually go on a 15-minute chart, and here it's a much better view of very nice channel, and this is where I went for a trade, for the news trade, and my usual strategy, where I would place orders both directions. So here already I was placing buy and sell pending orders. So I went into this trade, and I got all the way, and I closed manually when the market reached that level. So it jumped up a little bit, and I just got out around this area, because if you have a look here, so that level I draw just before the news events using this stop, and I was expecting that possibly the market would have crossed that level, and then possibly it could have a correction or would turn around. So the market didn't turn around, so it looks like it stayed now above that level. So what now I'm going to do, of course, I'm not sure probably if I will be going in any trades before the ECB news. So that's what I'm not sure about, because as I'm saying, I probably will be watching for these few days before the news, to see if the market will be consolidating, and we'll be looking again for something like that, again for nice flat narrowish channel. So well, except if, for example, if it will stay around this area before the news, it could be quite wide. So of course, even if it's a wide channel, I would also have a look how it's behaving, if it has jumps, if it's not, but I'm not sure if I will be going for trades before the news. So And with the news event expectations, and once again, there are some talkings on the market that dollar is weakening right now, and the European Central Bank could have uh, some, I don't know, changes of politics that it should be in favor for euro. So I would think probably many would expect euro to continue go, and just as of course the important level sits here for a while. So of course many would probably expect it to continue reach that level, and plus minus a little bit low, maybe a little bit higher, so around this area, right? So yes, possibly if it would be in the favor for euro. So of course, if not, then we would see it turning around. We still have that gap open, and I do really still hope it will turn around and go and try to close that gap. So as right now, like I would say, for me, it's again, it's kinda in the middle of nowhere. Yes, it's reached the top. It jumped up a little bit, and if we will go on a bigger chart, we would see that it did really look like very nice creation of one top and possibly maybe a double top. But right now, as you see, it's broke that level. So now it's more looking again. It probably does look like it might continue create maybe head again, because that's been previously a few times we thought, okay, it looks like it may be head and shoulders, maybe it's double top creation. So that's why, because it's not exactly clear, and also we had some tops here before where the market was stopped previously too, and we can see all of these tops right before, for example, reaching that area. So anything can happen at this moment again, so it's still uncertain with euro. I probably would be again see how the market prepares for the news. I will be placing orders both directions, pending orders using my usual strategy, buy and sell orders. So as I'm saying again, but I'll have to watch how it will prepare. Also, if I wouldn't be sure, wouldn't be really looking nice, I might not even go for trade. So I would see what's going to happen before I will decide what to do. But these are my thoughts for euro dollar for new coming week. Now we're going to, so all my levels are staying the same. I'm only going to remove that one because now we don't need it, just to make it a little bit clear, a bit cleaner chart. So I do have still all these levels. So that's the new one I drew. I'm going to leave it just to see before the event how the market will behave. Will it like concentrate around this level? Will it break it, or will it continue up? So we'll be just waiting for preparing for the news. So pound dollar, and again, as I'm saying, if nothing else unexpected happens. So this is what I'm expecting right now, waiting for ECB, but anything can happen before that, as we all know. So another very important, as I'm saying, 8th of June is going to be like Judgment Day, very important for pairs, and for pound especially, it's going to be election day. And again, you have to be careful with the smaller accounts. Easily could jump any directions, easily could blow up accounts. So you have to really think and decide, would you want to go for trading such events like elections. So and looking at the previous week again, remember it's broke here and went down. I had my pending order, just as I was saying, I will be placing pending order because on the bigger chart we had this level before I left it, and just as expected, the pound not breaking that level this week, just as expected it to sit around this area. So that gives me an idea that yes, market is preparing for the election. And I will also, it's very messy, you see this week it was very messy, and I will be of course waiting for this event, and it can move again any directions because nobody's know who is going to get more votes, right? And so of course I would still, my favor would be for it to go down. I probably would still keep the pending order to sell around this area, just in case it will be a big move and not to miss it. But I will be watching again how the market will prepare for this event. So I would expect, of course, it slowed down and to be still probably around this area. slowing down, maybe creating something nice, channel again, that I would be able to place my pending orders. So I need something to place the pending orders. Right now, for example, you see there is nothing. It's 4-hour chart. I don't think I need this level anymore. Even if I will draw it, I don't think it will be ever stopped by that level now, because we do have important level from the bigger channel. So if we go on a smaller chart, you'll see it's like I didn't see anything at all this week. It was just ups, down, nothing attractive to try to place the order. So what I expect is, I'm saying it would be really nice if it would just would be very slow continuation of creating some channel. I can expect it might go a little bit down. Maybe it will get to this level and create something nice here. Maybe it will go higher. At this moment, it's hard to say anything. So that's I'm just not going to even try to say. But I will be waiting for something very slow. I mean, yes, it might create like a little bit uptrend here. Maybe just a little bit will go a little bit up. Maybe it'll just stay. It's nothing to say right now, really. Just what I'm going to do, I will not go into the trades before the news event. So that's for sure. So just wait for the news, see how the market behaved before, and then I will be making decision to go for trades, to place it to my orders or not to place, and where and how to place them. So just waiting time right now for pound. And hopefully after that it would be a little bit better and clear picture again, just how it was with pound before. And Brexit didn't really kind of did what I was expecting and hoping for. So hopefully now it would be a little bit better and clear picture with this election, what's going to happen. So also in here, well, possibly I can see something like if we would use these bottoms and the market is around here, so it could possibly, as I'm saying, continue in here. Like maybe that would be the levels, and it might go a little bit higher. So that looks like quite one big white channel. So quite possibly, well, you can see it's quite flat. Yes, we had this little movement. And it does look like a big long consolidation. There is no specific trend yet, and we are still in the little bit of the uptrend channel. So continuing, and just as I'm saying, could be any direction. So any direction. So at this moment, it's very hard to say. Just waiting. Now for pound is the same for me. Like euro and pound will be waiting times to see what's going to be. Okay, now going to Australian. There are also will be some news for Australian, and so what happened? This is where we go previous week, and you can see on Monday it was very flat, went down a little bit. So I had this level, so I draw that level, and this is where I was placing my pending orders to sell, and it happened on that movement. I got a little bit profit on this, went into that, and of course, as I'm saying, I'm using trailing stops, so I was out with small profit on the way up. So, and then we see on Friday I didn't go for any trades because I didn't like how the market prepared for the news, so I didn't go and I didn't place my order. So I was out. So now what's for this week is I'm still kind of see that it didn't reach our level yet, right? So I'm still seeing, of course, it's in downtrend, and with all the movements, it should still kind of reach one of the triangles, right, to create another bottom of the triangle possibly. So I still can see it, and if we look again on the daily chart, again looking at the history, it does look like it repeats it, right? We had up here, it went up here, then it went down, and we see exactly the same happened here, and then it started to go up again, and that's what it looks like it's doing again. So I would probably expect it to continue to that level, and that's what I think I'm probably going to do. I will be waiting the same, again, waiting time for Australian dollar to go back to that level, Not sure if I will be going and risking or going to any trades before that. To wait for reach it, and then hopefully it will create something again here. Maybe it will go in, maybe it will be a little bit low, but again, just as usual, waiting for some consolidation, for any patterns. If it will go, it would look like more like a double top, for example, just like, well, similar kind of double top, so possibly. And then if it will create something nice, if it would be looking good, I will be placing the orders again. I will be looking for it to go and finally reach our target, let's say, right? Another bottom, just like it was previous, so another bottom. So that would be it. It's best, let's say. But of course, as I'm saying, it also can go up. So if do I need this channel anymore? I'm not really sure, so I can try to, for example, to use these two bottoms and see if that would give a little bit more idea. And it's quite hard to do when we have double tops, because it's a double top, so you can, it could be this top, for example, or it could be that top, but we're trying to get as many tops. So this is how we draw it, trying to get as many tops inside the channel and as many bottoms. So but we have just to see, for example, for that movement, how it will, you see it now, you can see it might go, is it in that channel, so it might go to a little bit to that area. So plus minus, it could be just trying to get these stops in. So possibly I can leave something like that, but I wouldn't rely too much on this on that top level, to be honest. So because I do have this area as a previously, it's that area, as I'm saying, so it might go break it a little bit, get in. Well, it could possibly also be stopping around this area. So yeah, okay, I'll probably just leave it, and that's all. So I'm just going to wait for it to go higher. And also this, I'm probably going to leave that one, that little, just in case, to see that maybe it would not have enough strength to continue going up. Maybe it will concentrate around this area. So at this moment there is nothing, so it went up with the news events, and now we're just waiting for slowing it, maybe consolidation, maybe continue going up. So that's what at this moment, just need to see what's going to be next. But that's all my thoughts for Australian. There will be some news, so I will be watching it. Okay, now we're going to dollar yen, and dollar yen had also a good move, and previously it was in kind of that quite wide channel, as you can see. It was sitting for a while, and I had actually trades. Just as I was saying, I would be placing the pending orders. Actually, when on Monday it went and created this little nice channel, I also placed orders here on Monday before the Asian session opens. So I had a little bit of the trade, very small one, and I was again stopped out with a small profit, and then I left my pending order. I was actually in a trade, and when it turned around, I was in a losing floating trade. So I didn't place the stop. It's just like I'm saying, when I'm watching the markets, I don't place always my stops. And analyzing that this is the quite wide channel, I had my stop like far away from that area, so I had it quite far, using also those stops. So I was risking quite a lot, let's say, thinking, will it if it will go higher, then I would have come out from the trade. But so I had a bit of the floating, and expecting it to turn around, because we still have open window, let's say, here, and I'm still was expecting for it to continue the way down. That's why I had my trade was around here, then it went up. It's created this very nice little uptrend, so I had my little level here, and before the news event also expecting not very good news, just as I was saying, for American dollar. I also had this nice channel. You can see it's very nice, slow little little going down a little bit here, but very nice area. This is where I like to go for news events trades when I see something like that. So I went in the trade, had a very nice run here on this, a nice profit on that, and also we picked up my floating trade previously. So I was actually still out from all my trades when this started to go back up a little bit. So I got out from the previous trade and I got out from the trade from the news. So dollar yen worked out quite well for me this week. For this new coming week, I'm expecting it to continue to go down, and there also will be some news for yen, of course, and I will be watching to start to create this a little bit of consolidation, and hopefully to continue the way down, try to close the window. Of course, we still have that strong level, which could be a stopping point for that movement down. For example, if it will go, I still have a little bit, like 30 something, 40 pips. So again, with watching the market, I would still go for trade if it will be a nice little consolidation, because we had nice drop, then we had a consolidation, small correction, and we have another drop. And maybe possibly it even will not consolidate. Maybe it will continue, and maybe it even ignore that level. Maybe we'll have a little slowdown and just continue trying to close the gap. That's how I see it. It's let's say it's in its best way. So I can try. We have, like, for example, here two tops, so I can even try to draw the channel, the downtrend, something like that. Now it's quite possible to do it. It looks quite nice. So that's what I'm saying. Is it's already had its consolidation, let's say, it might continue just slowly and finally get to the gap. So that's quite possible. Even if it will be in that channel, it even can go a little bit lower. It's not talking about the 1 week, not the same. It may be a little bit further just looking at it. So possibly I should have really maybe stay in the trade, but if the market opens and some news again coming, I thought, yeah, okay, it's closed me out with the trailing stop with small profit from the previous trade and quite nice profit from the news event trade. So I think I'm going to leave it and just to see if if it is actually the downtrend. I will move that level. Let's go and have a look on a bigger chart. So I would probably still leave that channel just in case, just to see will it be trying to go back, because anything can happen. I mean, yes, in the best, it should continue slowly, maybe fast and then come back, and yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. And as I'm saying, I will be waiting for a slight consolidation. Still will be waiting for slight consolidation. Maybe a little bit of correction. It could be a little bit going up. So I would expect it possibly could be, if nothing unexpected would happen. And then I will be looking for sell trades again, placing the pending orders as usual for placing the pending orders. Okay, so this is dollar yen. Now I'm going to dollar CAD, and nothing really good was for me with dollar CAD. I didn't go for any trades. It actually did exactly as expected after move down. So we still have this kind of downtrend channel. So it had a correction just as expected, went to here, but it didn't create anything good again for, you see around here, before the news event, before the news for US dollar is nothing is created. Nothing good for me is what I would like to see, like in the other charts you saw, and I didn't go for any trades. I have now this little level, and of course I will be looking now again, more looking likely for sell options. But in here I have this level, but there is a little bit of danger, let's say, is that area, because we have this little bottom which did come out from that level previously. So if I will draw it, what can happen is that it could possibly be stopped by that, you see. like that. So it's possibly could be stopped. Maybe it will slow down, and then it will continue. Possibly it might continue down again, right? So what I'm going to do, my plan for dollar CAD for this week is to, again, it will be also again useful card, and I would probably better to see to go to this level and consolidate around this level. So here and slowing down and sit around this area, and for me would be the best option would be try to sell from that level. Again, it's a very strong level. It's been Canadian is around this level for a long time. You can see, and even longer if we'll go on a bigger chart. So that's why, for a little bit more sure for me, I would rather to see it get to that level and then consolidate around this level, and try to place the orders, try to sell from that level. So that's what I would say. How I would see. But as I'm saying again, the news events need to be prepared for anything. So we need to see again how well it will prepare it for itself. So maybe not to trade again the news, to see what it's going to do and how it will come down after the news. But that's my thought for dollar CAD. Is what I'm going to look and wait for. Just as I'm saying, best would be to get to this level. But if, because we had this and it might sit around this level, and for example it will not move before the news, maybe it will create like a little something like here, maybe it will continue all the way around this level. So then of course I would be looking, maybe if it would be that nice, I will be looking for the trades and for to continue, for example, go even before that level. So it might go again to even from, if it will, for example, go out a little bit and a little bit further. So we still have run around 50, 60 pips before reaching that level. So what I'm trying to say is that because here, for example, it's too close to that level, so there is no room if the market moves. And when I watch it, like you saw me doing it before, is to move the stop just few pips behind the trade with the profit. So if there is not enough room and then the market moves only 30 pips, so it might be not enough, because usually I place my pending orders 20 something pips from the level, so only have would have end up with less than 10 pips, so I wouldn't have room. So that's why I look for a bigger room, 40, 50 something pips from important levels, that I would have enough space to place at least with couple of pips with profit if the market turns around sharply. That's what I'm trying to say, because not always, sometimes market can move in your direction and it might just consolidate, and you would have enough time to maybe close the positions if you're not sure the market will continue your way. And that's why I'm saying that's why the danger, yes, I might miss a good move, but at the same time I protect my trades from going to negative, into the negative trades. And especially when the market is going to your direction and slowing down, it's like very often it turns around, and you don't want to end up in a losing trade or a big floating trade, especially if you have small accounts. If you have a big account, you can afford it. You can have a floating loss, for example. You can wait it for a while before the market comes down and goes to your direction. But that's why I'm trying just to make a point to always remember that you need a room, a bit of the room, and watch it and then place, for example, when I'm starting, I'm not placing the stop, I'm waiting for market to move a little bit and then I have some pips in profit, then I'm placing the stop so it would end up with some profit. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Well, you should have seen, if you haven't seen the videos, you should like watch some other videos where I was showing to you the examples, what's happening and what I'm looking for. So that's my thoughts with the Canadian right now. So going to Euro Pound again, I had a small trade with Euro Pound. Again, on that level I draw, and when it's broke I had just a little trade in here, but afterwards there was no trade. Market went down behind the level and just continuing the way up. Now I'm going to remove it because I don't really need it at all here. And to be honest with what's going to happen this week is, as for both pairs Euro and Pound, there will be some important news. I probably will leave this pair alone for this week, because I can't, I wouldn't even say which way it, well, again, it can go anyway, up or down. And, yes, at this moment it went up, and, I just removed that level, but I can place another level. You can see, like here, it's getting a bit, kind of a little bit away from, for example, that movement, so a little bit messy it's getting. Of course, with respect of it going up, of course, I would expect to correction and going down. But because they're a news event, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave it on its own. So, of course, the one point it could be, it might also create something really nice and flat channel. So, but I still think it's going to be a bit risky for both pairs in the same day. I mean, it's all going to happen, both news in 8th of June. And I just think I'm going to leave this pair alone. So, and just if we look on the video charts, you can see it's getting close to another important level, which of course it might be stopped by it, might jump, might go down. I think it's all going to be at this point, will all depends on the news events. I'm saying it had a very good run up, so of course the first thought would be, okay, it's time to go down. So of course it will go back, but at the same time, if we'll see the previous history, it had a run like this before. You see a run, good run, even high without it. So if we would look now, it's only made halfway of what it did previously. So that's what I'm saying. It could possibly still have that good jump and have that good run before it will turn around. So that's why I'm saying at this moment, because it's in the middle, and even though the other previous two were going down, so yes, it could be quite good that this time it might jump again, just it was there. And for example, that would be the next target area, which I'm saying might not be the same week, might be a little bit further. So yeah, it's quite possible it can do that, and also at the same time quite possible to go around. So that's why I think euro pound I'm going to leave this week. So, and now going to gold, and which also was out for me this week. I didn't trade it, but as you can see, it did what kind of pretty much as expected. That was the channel. It's actually finally broke it, right? Let's go on the 1 hour chart. Maybe better view. So, yeah, this is what I was telling you, that the worries were that it's above the level. At the same time, it could be below it if I would move it. Remember when I was moving it around, so it could have been, it was going like that or like that. It could be anything, and it did broke, went down, was stopped by another channel, another level, and went up again, went down again, and before the news, it's kind of didn't create anything for me, like again, something good. It was a little bit little up channel, let's say, but because I had a very big drop before, when they went up before the news, I didn't want to go for the trade, because the gold, you can see out of all the other pairs, if they did move, made moves, but not as big as gold, as I'm saying. Gold is like huge, it's like 160 pips movement. So I'm still not into gold as much. So, and just as expected, what it's trying to do, yes, it did get to our gap. So it's trying to close the gap. So I see it might continue and actually close it, and possibly even continue and reach the next level. So it's all quite possible, especially if all this talkings that the dollar is a bit weak right now, and then yes, it quite possibly can go. But for me, I'm out with gold at this moment. I'm out, so I'm not going for it. But what I would do, for example, yeah, I would wait now again as it went up, waiting for some consolidation, maybe a little bit of correction, but around this area, maybe a little bit lower, just waiting for some consolidation. And probably if I would go for trades, then of course, the first thing would be for it to continue and go up. But in a good, let's say, in this, let's say, quiet timing would be if there is again no anything unexpected. So I would expect it just to continue the way up. If there is something else And of course, if it creates a new channel, then it possibly could be placing the orders both directions again. Look for it to go either up or to go down, because it's around the level, which is quite in the middle between that level, for example, and this level, and some other. We have few levels around here, so of course it could be at the same time moving any directions. But I'm out with gold, and for the new coming week also I will not going to go for any trades for it, because it's not as good channels and not as good patterns yet to go for it. Okay, going to pound yen. And pound yen is now, I placed this level, so you can see we could go put it in the downtrend channel. So as expected, just as it was, remember that was really nice. That was your channel to go for. We had this level, and that channel is broke, went down, and just as expected, the correction when it goes. This is just, let's say, the perfect scenario for the pair when it's in a downtrend channel, and when it goes down, then it's a correction, and it's go down, correction again, and now it's go down. So that was another your channel, not go for any of these, which you can see it's all stopped by the bottom level. But when it's correction, after the correction, the breaking point here, you see that it broke, went down. This is where you should go into the trade. So this is where I would go into the trade. So this is just the perfect downtrend scenario at this point. And now don't forget, of course, some news for yen and major news for pound. What's going to happen here could possibly slow down before the news event. I'm not sure will it continue and finish this downtrend channel before the news event. So I would expect, maybe, you see we had a little bit mess here, so it could be a little bit mess around here before the election, the results of the election will be. So that's how I see, that's how I believe it. So again, so if I would be trading this pair, I would be looking again how the pair would prepare before the election event. Bear in mind we still have this little gap open, so yes, I would see if all is going now again with the quiet, if it would be quiet in the market, no news or anything, I would see it continue nicely in that trend to continue, at least to get to this gap, to close it. So, but news event, just be careful and watch it. So that's all for this week. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe, also like it, and be careful this week, as I'm saying, with the news event. Need to be very attentive. So that's how I'm going to be this week, the news events coming. So I see you next week. Bye, everyone.